What's up? How you doing? Today is raining, but it's very mild, very tropical. So it's not bad. Right now it's not raining. We're in a pause. We're in between rain, but it could start any minute. So we're gonna make some peas. It's one of those days you feel like having peas. 20 ounces. I wanted to do 16 for an even pound, but that's not the way they sell them. So each one of these is organic, product of USA, family farm. It's a family farm. A couple of people in the family are growing this stuff. So anyway, that's what we have. We have the peas, salt and pepper. Get some crushed tomatoes there. Somebody crushed them for me. 1 onion, 3 potatoes. They're small. You could use 2, you could use more, it's up to you. And have garlic here, my favorite garlic. I'm going to use two cloves of this. I could use more, but there's other people eating, so I'm going to use 2. And then I have mint, fresh mint, and dill. Add that in the ending of the process. And of course, olive oil. Now, 9 times out of 11 I use olive oil from Greece because in my opinion it's the best one out there. So depending on the brand, but in general Greek olive oil has a better flavor. But it's not like the other ones are that far behind. This one here is from Australia. Extra virgin olive oil, 100% Australia Select. First harvest, which is my favorite, and cold pressed. So that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So we're gonna add about, I don't know, 1/4 cup in here. Have my my pan, cast iron. Have a little towel here in case things get out of control. I can wipe myself down, wipe the hands, and then wash it. So first we're gonna chop the onion. Gotta put some olive oil in here, get it ready. Nice and green. Like it, the greener the better. I mean, if this came out like, I don't know, the green from a Crayola box, Crayola crayons, even better. I could smell it from here. The breeze brought me some of that fragrance. I love it, so good. I mentioned this before, but I had one of my best friends. He was my best friend at the time, but I haven't seen him in, I don't know, decades now. This is way back, 6th grade. Had a friend of mine, we were really close back then, and he was from Lebanon, Lebanese guy. And we got along well. We had, similar personalities, similar tastes in music. And so we had a good time those years back then. But when I would go over his house, the first time, he goes, "You hungry?" I go, "Yeah, I'm a little hungry." So he goes, we went in the kitchen, and he pulled down some pita bread, Syrian bread, opened it up, took up olive oil. In his family, olive oil dominated, just like my family. My family, they couldn't go a mile without olive oil. So he poured olive oil on the bread. We spread it around, and then he brought out the oregano, and he put a ton of oregano on, and then we rolled it up. He had his, I had mine, and we ate it. To this day, once in a while, I do that, and I think of him. Anyway, so, oh, and by the way, I'm going to add some meat to the peas, make it more hearty, stick to the ribs. I have New York strip here, organic, good marbling. I got it from the butcher shop. They had Black Angus in there, and at first I said, "Hey, let me grab a Black Angus." And then I said, "Well, which one is the more tender?" And he said to me, "Well, if you want the tender, you have to get the prime." And I said, "Well, give me the prime then." So I got the prime, because the Black Angus, he said, was grass-fed, and I don't know, it wasn't prime. I don't know. He said you can't have grass-fed and prime. I'm going to argue with the butcher. No, I don't think so. So anyway, we're going to chop this up. Got my chopping board. Almost fell. Chopping board here. This chopping board is made from olive tree. I have a couple of knives here. I could use this one here. I don't know if a bit big, but you know, this one, or I could use this one here. Let's try this one. Get rid of the outer skin. That you can put in water and boil it, and then let it cool off and dye your hair. Make it a nice brownish red color. Alright, let's turn this on. Heavy. So we're going to cut them in small pieces. Don't want these to get caught in your throat. I'm not one of those guys that takes a knife and does this like, you know, in 3 seconds. Because if I did that, I'd lose a couple of fingers. Or fingers, right? So chop it up nice and thin. There's many techniques to chopping these up. Like you can get a machine to do it, but I'm doing it by hand. Nice and thin. Love the smell of onion. Reminds me in the old days growing up during the Great Depression. My mother would chop up the garlic and the onions and whatever grass you could find in the backyard, like dandelions, and we'd eat it and pretend we were full. Hard times back then. All right. So this goes in. Now, the garlic. Love garlic. We don't have any vampires here, but if we did, I would take the garlic out and wear it around my neck. It's like jammed in there. I'm going to use 2 cloves, but if it were up to me and I was the only one eating this, I would put probably like 5. That smells delicious. Peel off this skin on the garlic. No matter how much you boil it, you can boil it for 5 years, it's still stiff. So you got to get rid of it, because my wife will notice it. Could be an atom in there of the wrong thing, and she'll notice. So All right, that's clean. So we're not going to crush these, we're just going to chop them up and throw them in there. You can crush them with your teeth after. Chop them nice and thin. You know, I need like a mixing spoon so I could do this motion, and I'll be back. I will be back. All right, I'm back. Get all the steam. That smells delicious. Using this is mine. This is what I use. You could use your own thing. You could use a spoon if you want. You could use your finger, whatever. So, you know, you do a few minutes of that, get it a little bit brown. Delicious. So, make some room here. Get rid of all this material here. All right, now obviously I could do some editing here. You know, you don't have to watch me do the whole peeling process, or I may leave it in. Depends how I feel when I edit, right? Delicious water. Okay, these are small, so we're going to use 3. Usually I put 2 large ones in, and you know, a little bit starch there, a little carb. Sometimes I go down to the German place, the German restaurant, and I eat schnitzel. And they make it really good. Schnitzel. Yeah, this is tiny, but I'm going to add the meat in, so it'll give it a good flavor. Feel people coming or something. Probably saying, who's cooking? When I was a kid, it happens here too, but when I was a kid, at around 6 p.m. or something, if you were outside, you would smell the neighborhood cooking their dinner. Lots of onions back then. Irish beef stew. I'm a big fan of Ireland. Got to go there someday. Walk around on the green grass. Say hello to the leprechauns. So we're going to cut these small because we want them to cook fast. So we'll cut them small. Like the size of a die. All right. Now I'm going to add some of these tomatoes in here. Mix it up. So I'm going to grab a little bit of water to add to that, and then I'm going to put a lid on top and let it cook for a bit, and then I'm going to add the peas. So I'll be back in a moment. That smells great. That's good enough if you have some bread, but we're going to go a little beyond and add the peas and then the meat. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I have water here. I'm gonna add it. Increase the temperature so we're not here like a couple of years waiting for the water to boil. Yeah, that garlic, very nice smell. All right, so I have my lid here. Right here. All right, gonna put the lid on. So we're gonna let that cook for like 20 minutes. And then after that, we're gonna add the peas. You know, this was a food that we grew up on during the Great Depression. My mother would make this, not exactly this way. I've adjusted a few things. I don't think she added dill, and I don't know if she added mint. I don't think so. But I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna add the meat. But during the Great Depression, we didn't have meat. We had dandelions. Love water. All right, so while that's going on, I'm going to go over there by the grill. I'm going to cook the steak on the grill, and I'm going to cut it up into pieces, and after, when everything is done, I'm going to mix it in so that we get some protein. All right? All right. All right, I'm back. Got the steak almost done there on the grill. Potatoes almost done. Oh, they're done. I'm going to add the peas now. It's a tough bag. I don't know, maybe I'll add just one bag. Looks like enough. Yeah, I think one's enough for now. Plus I got the meat over there. So anyway, I'm gonna investigate the steak, see what's going on. All right, I'm back. Steak is done. I don't know if you can see that. Steak is done. I'm gonna cut that up in little pieces. We have dill and mint. Put that in there. You don't have to put that if you don't want, but I'm gonna put it in because I want to. So chop this up. Wow, that smells great. Smells great. It's like Wrigley's Spearmint Gum. Add that in there. And the dill. Smells great. I'm gonna mix it in now, and then I'm gonna cut the steak up. The steak's hot now, so. All right, now I'm going to cut the steak. I let it rest so it's rested, and I'm going to add it to the peas. First, I cut off the fat on the side because unnecessary. Cut off that piece. I like to eat them trim, you know. That looks good. Delicious. All right, now we're gonna add it. Got rid of all the fat. All right. That's it, we're done. Let it sit for a little bit, let the flavors mix in well. They're already mixed in, but that's what they say. And then we're gonna go inside and eat, because kind of hungry right now. So I've added the salt, the pepper, and all the other ingredients, and that's it for now. So ciao.